Hey, Ryan Michael Galloway here with We Don't Need No Stinking Record Company.com. So we've been talking about saving money. We've been talking about travel and saving your equipment and maybe cutting some costs and things like that when you travel. And we've been talking about equipment in general and some of the woes and problems that you might have with them. I'd like to talk about getting by cheap on equipment. You got to get started. You got to get rocking and rolling. And even those of us who've got full-time day job can't afford a lot of the equipment that's out there. You can spend an awful lot of money on, Mackie equipment or JBL or Shure, and go with all the classic brand names. And sure, I recommend it if you can afford that, but who can right now when the economy is where it is right now? At a musician's friend, I found an interesting thing. This is a microphone. It looks like a Shure SM58. And by the way, it feels like an SM58. It even sounds pretty close to an SM58. If I were to ask you how much that would cost, but wait. This microphone is the equivalent of most mics that I know of in the $80, $90, $100 kind of category. But a musician's friend, at least the last time I checked, is 20 bucks. Now it's Behringer, B-E-H-R-I-N-G-E-R. Is Behringer the most top-notch equipment that's the most roadable I've ever seen? No. In fact, I've got a board right now that's a Behringer board. It's very, very quiet. The components are well designed, but they're not exactly well executed, and so that's a board that I've got to be very, very careful with. Or like if I take it out on a cold day, things shut down on it. Because the components aren't especially tolerant of tough conditions. For that I might have wanted to get a Mackie or some tougher piece of equipment. You can stand on the thing, don't get me wrong, physically it's tough, but in terms of its being able to stand really hot weather or really cold weather, no, it needs 60 to 80 degree type, maybe 85 to run properly. So the thing about cheap equipment is you got to take care of it because it usually isn't quite as tough, and you can't take it into extreme conditions again because it isn't quite as tolerant. So the Behringer, among other things, is this microphone. I have seen a Shure take a spill and go thunk and land right on concrete, and you pick it up and it still works. And I have seen one of these go through the exact same thing and be done forever. So there's a difference there. But on the other hand, at 20 bucks, I'll just get a new one if I blow it. This is particularly good if you've got an open mic situation and things get treated roughly, etc. And you don't know if they're going to survive, or maybe you're in a situation where things get stolen very easily, or you're in a situation where you don't have to worry about super roadable stuff. I do have 10 of these. I've mic'd really big bands with mostly these, and it sounded like $1 million bucks. What can I tell you? I've even recorded, oddly enough, like acoustically through a jazz band or something like that. Now, I do have my friend Ron Logan down in DeSoto, who's phenomenal at taking sound, taking recordings and doing amazing things to improve them. And I had that advantage in that particular situation. But like he said, if somebody told me that those were recorded through a couple $20 microphones, I would have said, you're crazy. So anyway, Behringer, that's one of them. There's some other inexpensive equipment that's pretty good, custom with a K. I think B52. Carvin used to be cheap and extremely well made, and I haven't looked at Carvin for a while, so I know they're still making great stuff. I just don't know if it's come up in price or not. I'll have to report back to you on that one. And you know what? While we're at it, I'd love to hear you suggest what you think is good, inexpensive equipment right now. And I am Ryan Michael Galloway, and We Don't Need No Stinking Record Company.com.